Hello, this is 80s Car Guy, and today I'm working on my friend's 89 Lincoln Town Car, replacing factory exhaust. We have a Y-pipe, muffler, and tailpipe. If you have factory dual exhaust, the only difference is you'll have a H-pipe and a second muffler and tailpipe going out. So, first thing is jack up the car, and we're going to loosen up the bolts for the Y-pipe to the catalytic converters. Because right about in the center there is where it's rusted out and leaking exhaust. So we took all four of the bolts out there, and the passenger side was completely rusted, so the flange is still on there. Got to get those bolts off yet. And then there would be an exhaust clamp at the muffler to the Y-pipe, but we have a repair tube on there because that was broken before. And then at the back of the muffler is exhaust clamp to the tailpipe. I take all of those off. And then at the back of the tailpipe we have a exhaust hanger on here, which can just be slipped out of the rubber grommet.
Here, you gotta
which is different than the one on the factory pipe that we purchased, but we'll make it work somehow. And then because the exhaust clamp squeezes this in, you're probably not going to be able to slide the muffler off of the exhaust, the tailpipe, so it's easiest just to chop it off. Then you have to wrestle it out over your rear axle and then slide the new one in. And then you just slide the muffler on. Then take your Y-pipe, fit it up in there, begin to get everything set into place, loosely attached. Then once it's all in place and you're happy with it, all the hangers are on, then you can tighten everything down. So definitely the hardest part is getting the old tailpipe over the axle, and we were hitting on the control arm right here. What we ended up doing was we needed a little more clearance. Chopping off about a ½ inch off of that tailpipe was just enough to sneak it under there, and then slid the muffler on, held it up, and starts threading some bolts through on that hanger. Once you have the muffler bolted to the bracket, you can take the Y-pipe and slide it in, and then line it up here and get one bolt going through the catalytic converter bracket. Don't forget your gasket, and get the other bolt lined up. Then there's this bracket that was on either side the exhaust, not exactly sure on its purpose, but we're going to go ahead and put that on there. I think most people would consider that dead weight and leave it off, but we're just going to put it back on. Just slide it on there, line up the holes, and put the nuts on, crank it down, and you're done. So after you crank those down, then you just take the exhaust clamps. For this car they're 2-inch, and put one on the front and back of your muffler and tighten them down. They are this kind of exhaust clamp. You just take the bolt off, comes into 2 pieces, put it around, and fine adjust everything, make sure it's all the way up under the car where you want it to be, and that finishes your project. Hope this was helpful. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.